Hey everyone. Yeah, it's Wednesday, the 21st of February. And I thought I'd kind of talk about this real quickly because this is something that kind of is a little confusing. Now, first of all, I will say that I just recorded, I just recently, hold on for a sec. There we go. That I just recently, as of this morning, I just recorded, I used my DVD recorder, which I've had for almost a decade now. I used my DVD recorder to record, hold on for a sec. Okay, I'm just getting some hair off the wind mic, or the wind cover to the mic here. My dog hair, that is. Dog and cat hair. Sorry. But anyway, this morning around 6:30, after, of course, I got the place to myself for a while, I decided to record my DVR recording of Forgotten Friendship, which is the recent My Little Pony Equestia Girl special. Now, one thing that did catch my eye, because when I recorded it, I don't know how it comes off on, well, I do kind of have an idea. You see, when Sunset goes back to Equestia, it happens around the 15 and a half minute mark. So basically, if this was a two-parter, she'd be spending the rest of the second half of part one in Equestria. So it happens, like I said, basically between the 15 to 15 and a half marker. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that when this aired on Saturday and even Sunday, they had commercials, so they gotta make time for those. You don't believe me? I think they had a commercial, I think, about at the 5-minute mark already or something, or 10-minute mark. There was a commercial that got recorded on there. I mean, of course, with DVR, you're not going to be able to what's the word? You're not going to be able to get rid of the commercials. You'll have to do that on your own. But anyway, as I watched this, the one thing I kind of noticed, and I don't know why this is, because this even happened in Mirror Magic. You know, this even happened in Mirror Magic. Hold on for a second. So, just thinking of something there. But this even happened in Mirror Magic, and I don't understand this. I don't really understand this, okay? Pretty much the whole school should know this by now, shouldn't they? I mean, this is I think the one major flaw about Equestria Girls that really kind of irks me a little bit. Hold on, I'll go check I gotta go check, see if I got the newspaper today. Yes, I do. But again, this is what I said. This is what kind of irks me a little bit about Equestria Girls. What irks me about it is the fact that, you know, right in the middle of the school, it's like right in the front of the school, right in the middle of the front of the school is the portal, right? Basically in the form of a statue. The statue, whatever it is, right? It's basically the entrance portal to go to Equestria. And so, let me ask you this. Why does Sunset... Hold on for a sec. There we go. Just gotta lock my door. But again, what I was saying is, why does Sunset, or even maybe we go back to Mirror Magic, Starlight, and even Rainbow Rocks, and even the first one out, and even the very first Equestria Girls movie, and even at the end of Friendship Games, even though we don't see it entirely, why do they always have to look around, make sure nobody's watching? I don't get that. Do you? I mean, okay. I just don't understand that. I mean, pretty much it should be noted by now, unless, you know, unless the student body at Canterlot High is so dense that they don't know about this. I mean, heck, if the Humane Six know about it, why doesn't anybody else? Why does Sunset and anybody else that comes probably out of Equestia and then goes back through this portal, why do they always have to keep looking around, making sure nobody sees them? It's not like the Superman or Supergirl going into a telephone booth or a phone booth and changing, or going into a hiding place to change into the superhero disguise. I mean, what's going on here? You know, why are they so like okay, make sure nobody's looking and go through? Why is that? Now I know you're probably going to say, now I know, with all due respect, I know some of you might say, well, they've had so much trouble in the past, Brian, that they don't want any kind of threat from their world noticing them going into the portal into another world and thus following them there to cause trouble. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that. I really could. But still, it just doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, basically, the portal entrance at that base of that statue is in wide view. It's in wide view. I mean, what happened? Did the principal version of Celestia and the vice principal version of Luna prohibit them from using it? I don't get it. Really, I don't. It's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of weird that, you know, someone like Sunset, and maybe even, like I said, Starlight and Mirror Magic, even though we didn't see it, and, oops, and even Twilight, even though we didn't see it in either one of the movies, either one of the first movies or at the end of the Friendship Games, why do they always have to keep checking to make sure nobody's watching? I mean, the entranceway to Equestria is pretty much smack dab in the middle of the front of the school. I mean, come on, think about it. Any kid could get distracted. I mean, think about this. Any student can get distracted, either talking to another student, not know where they're going, and boom, they can walk right into the freaking statue and right into Equestria. So, what's stopping that from happening? What is stopping that from happening? Nothing. So, here's my. So again, you know, what's the big issue? I don't see one. I don't really see a big issue. Really, if pretty much your entrance to another world that's basically a ponified version of your world is smack dab in the middle of the school. Smack dab in the middle of the front of the school. I just don't get what the big deal is. You know, okay, I can understand you don't, like I said, I understand from a continuity standpoint, they don't want any threat from the human world following them into the Equestria world. I get that. No problem. No problem. But even so, wouldn't it be smart to say, oh, I don't know, move the statue? I mean, pretty much the human version of Celestia and perhaps the human version of Luna, they have to know about this portal. They have to know that there's a world on the other side of that portal. Shouldn't it be aware to them that, oh, Sunset might use that to go back to her other world and see what's going on or whatever? Shouldn't it be kind of like, okay, we need to find a way to protect that entrance, make sure nobody uses it for the wrong reasons? I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. It's like, you know, why you got to be so cautious, except for maybe making sure that nobody that could be a threat would follow you? I just don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I mean, it's not like it's a total secret, unless the student body's memories were wiped clean, except for Sunset and the Humane Six. I don't get it. I really don't get it, honestly. It's weird. It's like, why do you have to keep making sure? Why is that? I mean, come on. You go through the portal, you end up on the other side in the pony version of your world. Okay? Hold on for a sec. But you end up on the other side in the pony version of your world, and yet you got to be cautious in doing so. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. Like I said, it doesn't add up. I'm just adding some water to my coffee machine to get the coffee going. But again, it just doesn't add up. I mean, seriously. I mean, I can understand when it came to a superhero like Superman, he wanted to make sure that when he entered a phone booth back in the golden age, the golden years, that nobody was looking at it, that he made sure nobody was going to see him. I get that. I can understand that. You don't want people to know your identity. But pretty much, I think a majority of the student body knows exactly where what's in the base of that statue, what's part of that bottom base of that statue in front of the school. I think they all know. Pretty much they have seen all kinds of you-know-what throughout the run of the Equestria Girls. So I don't think being cautious, except for maybe making sure no kind of villain or antagonist follows you through, that you have to worry about any of the student body following you through. I don't think you really have to worry about that. Now, I know you're thinking, well, maybe they are worried. Maybe they are worried that the student body might want to see what this pony version of the world looks like, see what they look like as ponies, and maybe want to stay there, throw things off. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's true. But still, I just don't understand it. I mean, why be so cautious about it? I don't know. It just seems weird. I mean, the fact that you got to be cautious just to enter a portal that's on the base, that's basically the base of a statue in front of your school. You can't tell me that some student or person is not going to look out the window, see sunset walking towards the statue, looking around, and then pushing herself, and then walking right through it into the other world, into Equestria. You can't tell me someone can't look through the window and see that, because they can. I don't know. Maybe it's just a nitpick for me, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one it's a nitpick for. I'm pretty sure there's others that feel like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense kind of deal, you know? So, I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the whole Equestria Girls situation? Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'd like to hear from you, and I'll talk to y'all later.